What's up, my friend? Welcome to another video. If we haven't met yet, there the camera is. My name is Ted and I talk bass. This channel is all about accessible bass tutorials for folks that want to get better at the bass guitar, have a little bit more fun playing the bass guitar, and yeah, subscribe if you want to, like the video if you like it, don't like it if you don't like it. Wayne, this is for you. Based on our conversation that we had today, I wanted to make a quick video and maybe help out a little bit more on the conversation that we were having today, and maybe it will help somebody else. Modes. First of all, a mode is just a scale. That's it. It's just a scale. It's just a scale. It's just a scale. What I like to think about is, I like to think about modes. Modes. So they were like a box of crayons. This is just me. This is one of the analogies that I like to use. So let's call the Ionian mode like the first crayon, right? Or let's call that the box, because that's like, you know, we can say that that box is a happy color, like, I don't know, blue or green, right? Whatever. So if you got this basic shape, this is the shape that most people learn first. You can play that anywhere on the neck. Anywhere you move that on the neck, you're going to get that mode. That's a closed shape. There's an open shape. So let's not worry about open shapes right now. We'll only worry about closed shapes. So let's take G major. There's our first shape. Now we all know by now, you can search it anywhere on the neck, anywhere on the web, that you can play this with the second finger, first finger, or your fourth finger. Let's do this here, or here, lost my train of thought for a minute. Right? You can do that, but let's worry about the first shape first. If I've got a 4-string depth, meaning this way, right, vertically, 4 strings or 5, let's only worry about 2 modes at a time. So we got the first mode, or the first color. The next mode, or the next color, is right next to it. They're all there under the same place. Now, when you're actually playing, like playing a song or something, you're not going to stay in that position. But let's say we take that G major scale and we move it an octave higher. Since you don't have the 4 strings depth, you've got to shift. But if you were here, you can see it right there. What about if you had a first finger shape? There's that mode. There's that second mode. So the best thing, not the best thing, but one thing I think is helpful is if you play the major scale for as deep as your neck is, right? If you're on a 4-string, let's go A major. That's all the notes of that major scale that you can get in that position without shifting your hand. So from there, you can get that second mode right there under your hand. It doesn't matter where you go. Now we're talking all starting from the fourth, the lowest string, right? If you did that same thing and you only had a 3-note depth, then you would have to shift. This is what I mean. Let's say we do the same thing on D major. Well, in order to play that Dorian mode starting from your fourth finger and not moving out of this position to start with, you've got to go. You see what I'm saying? So let's take all your major scales. We're going to change a little bit on F, but let's take C. We'll go up Ionian, down Dorian. The next key in the circle of fourths is going to be F. There's G Dorian. What we can do is right. The next key would be B flat. Next key is E flat. Next key is A flat. The next key is D flat. The next key is going to be G flat. Then we got B. And then we've got E. A. D. G. And then C again. So we're just talking about two modes. But what I suggest is, first of all, break them down into small little chunks. Don't try to get them all. So a lot of people be wanting to get them down in one whole session, right? Don't do that. Do them like a little bit at a time. Once you get comfortable with those two modes and how they lay across the neck in different shapes, then add Phrygian. You know what I mean? Just a little bit at a time. So let's go back to G major. Let's jump ahead a little bit. So G. Now Phrygian, I can still play starting from right here. What if I went up one mode, down the next? Let's see how many I can do starting in one position without shifting my hand. Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian. Now I've got to, there's Mixolydian, so now I'm forced to do a shift. So let's do that again. Let me show you again. I'll do it slower. Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian. Now wait a minute. What's going to happen here? I got to shift again if I'm going to come down the next mode. So when I was learning this myself, what I would do is I would stop, say how far I can get, and then start investigating what the logical moves were going to be. That's going to be far more valuable to you in the long run. And I'm picking on my man Wayne, but anybody watching this who's interested in understanding the modes a little bit better, not so you could fly up and down the neck, but so that you could play with a little bit more intentionality, is you stop and just say, oh, let me do it myself. Let me figure out where the next moves are. So let's do it again. Ionian, Dorian. Okay, cool. I'm cool starting it with my second finger in this position. Phrygian, Lydian, Now watch this. If I go Mixolydian, what if I shift here? Did that make sense? So I might say, I don't like that shift. I don't like that shift. So that's what to me is like that work when you turn the things off and you stop looking, you're not looking at anything, you're not doing anything else, your phone is away, everything is away, and you're just kind of looking to see. And then you put on like a backing track. You could put on a G major pad or an E minor pad or even an A minor pad or whatever chord fits in that key, and it's gonna make, you're gonna be able to hear how those notes sound against that. So Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, there's another shift. Let's explore that. Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian. Let me slow down. Mixolydian. Look at that. There's another shift, right? So let's start at Phrygian. Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian. I skipped Aeolian. Mixolydian. Sorry. Mixolydian. Aeolian. Locrian. Ionian. All of these modes make different colors, colors to me. Not that I have synesthesia. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying, I just relate them to, that's just the analogy I use. So investigate, well, where do I have to shift, right? And then you can start taking the modes, out of context and just say, well, how can I make this Dorian shape? Let me start at another note. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. Try it on for size. I know this is long, but the most important thing per our conversation earlier today with my buddy Wayne, Bird, and Fleece is that what I think you ought to do is find the music that you like, right? Find the music that you like and then reverse engineer it. Then go pick out and say, oh, snap, this is A minor. That may lead down another rabbit hole. So if a minor is a 2 or 3 or a 6, A minor is going to be the 3 of F, the 2 of G, and it'll also be the 6 of C, right? I swear to God, I'm going to stop now. Here's F major. Here's A minor as it relates to F major. That's A Phrygian. Now here's G major. A Dorian. C major. A natural minor. See how A minor all of a sudden became related to all three of those major keys. It's one of those things you got to kind of take your time and sess around with, but you can do it. I believe in you. Like the video if you like it. Don't like it if you don't like it. Subscribe if you want to. Thanks for your time. Peace. Two fingers.